It was really fun to film this because we didn't know what was happening while it was happening. So we would get scripts and there would be surprises to us.
We know everything. Your job, your ex, your daughter. We can destroy your life.
I love that this is filmed in New York because my neighborhood was in part of it. And I was like, well, that's weird. Never saw that before.
That's
But
fun.
how does filming on location kind of help you guys, especially with your storyline where a lot of it is, rooted in their kind of wanting to leave New York?
I prefer to always film in Los Angeles. So I think LA is the best place in the world to shoot with the best crews. I'm so excited California is giving more of the tax incentives to get more work here. But the reason I said yes on this one is the script was just so great. And David Gordon Green doing the pilot and then working with Jessy and Tatiana, it felt like an impossible one to say no to. But I would always prefer to film in Los Angeles, personally.
Yeah, I mean, he's talking from a family perspective.
And everything.
Yeah, and I agree. However, if I had to shoot anywhere, New York City is so fun to shoot in. It is so, there's always there are so many neighborhoods. There's so much to discover. Totally. And I found it kind of thrilling to get in the van in the morning when it was still dark and not know where I was going.
That's true.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Well, I like to ask this question, especially with shows when I get the do not reveal list and it's spoilers for every episode. And I'm like, we're going to talk about something. Is it fun for you guys to be a part of a show where there is that mystery element and you don't get to talk about all of it? Or do you kind of long for the day where you can just talk freely about
Well,
this?
I also feel even more than the press of it, it was really fun to film this because we didn't know what was happening while it was happening. So we would get scripts and there would be surprises to us. So as Mallory's character kind of gets revealed as the show goes, I realized, oh, she's different than I thought she was. When Tatiana's character, Paula, would do a new thing, episode 4, when we go back to Portland, I didn't know that in the pilot. So rather than just the spoiler for us, that's how it was shooting it.
Yeah.
So with each script, we would all then discuss the world and the characters with the director and with David and with each other and try to catch up and remember where we were.
And truly, there was so much going on that when I was just recently watching the show back, I was like, whoa, that happened?
Yeah.
And I read all the scripts, but there's so much. It's very exciting and fun to be a part of.
Yeah. And for our last question, there's a part of this show where I was like, someone says something so obvious to Paula, like, well, why didn't you just do this? And she has to kind of be like, yeah, I should have done that, but I didn't because I was thinking X, Y, and Z. But I love that every character gets those moments where they're so obvious about something and they're like, why didn't you do the obvious thing? Is that fun to play as actors when you get to kind of be what the audience is thinking, especially in moments where Paula's kind of going off the rails?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say, honestly, what made this one so enjoyable, truthfully, and it's not to be a little butt kisser, but I thought the writing was really strong. And so for us as just actors in it, we're really just going scene by scene and we're really focusing on our storylines. Mm-hmm. And so there would just be moves and things that happen per scripts that I would think this changes a lot. When Carl picks up Paula from the jail, I didn't expect him to do that. Mm-hmm. And when he starts keeping secrets from Mallory, I'd be like, I don't understand his moves right now, but it's not my job to understand him. It's my job to play him. And that stuff doesn't always happen with material. A lot of times with material, you feel like you're ahead of it. You know all the moves.
Yeah.
And what was nice about this is I didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I feel like oftentimes, unfortunately, when you're in something, the holes will be revealed to you from a character perspective because you go, oh, okay, so they're having me do this to suit the story,
right.
But character-wise, this actually doesn't really make much sense. That never happens on this show. I feel like everything I did made perfect sense to me as a character and also made the story more complicated and dynamic.
Yeah, I love this show so much. I think it's so fun to watch and unpack, and I can't wait for everyone else to get to see it.
You think you're the victim?
Look, I'm barely treading water.